Today I'm going to be talking about depression and giving you some practical steps to get around it. Now, as if you've ever experienced it, manic depressive illness and the depression that goes along with it is some of the deepest, most heart-wrenching thing that you will ever go through. You are in complete agony, and there are times when you feel lethargic, unable to get up out of bed or to even enjoy food. So there's that type of depression. The other type of depression is when you feel irritable all the time, and you just feel like that people just can't relate to you, or you can't relate to anyone else. You feel constant sad, anxiousness, and frustration with the world, and you rather just be rid of all of it. So depression can come in different forms. Now, generally speaking, what I experience more these days is more the lethargic type of depression. So what I'll do is I'll just end up sitting in my bed for hours on end, just going on the internet and just chilling in my room and not coming out. So it's perfectly natural that you don't want to socialize and see your friends. So here's how I classify, or here's how I can tell if I'm getting depressed. Now, the first line of defense is the medicine. So I take lamotrigine and lithium and Prozac. So I'm using an SSRI, and I'm using Lamictal, which is it's a mood stabilizer, but primarily it's used to offset the depression. And lithium, once again, is another mood stabilizer. And actually, the gold standard in bipolar treatment is the combination of lithium and Lamictal. You have lithium to arrest the manic high, and you have Lamictal to establish a floor on the depression. And the good thing about that medicine is you can increase the dosage really quickly, should things get worse. So that's what I take, and I take a supplemental SSRI, the Prozac. Now, if none of those drug therapies work, then I have to move on to my second step. That's music. Now, I don't play any instruments, but what I have is a really good set of headphones, Grados. And I just hook it into my laptop, I zone out on iTunes, and I just listen to music. And the interesting thing about music is that it stimulates traffic against the corpus callosum. And the corpus callosum is a bundle of nerve fibers in the brain that carries hemispheric traffic across both lobes of the brain, both your left brain and right brain. So music has a way of exciting the linguistic side of your brain, as well as stimulating the more pattern detection. When you're going along with the beat, when you want to sing the tune, rhythmic things. So it stimulates the part of the brain that just kind of keeps things in tempo. And a lot of that pattern recognition, is often used in mathematics as well. So that's why I think musicians have an easier time with math than other people. But anyways, music stimulates traffic going across the corpus callosum, and that can really help alleviate some of the funk. Now, of course, do not listen to your emo library. Do not listen to the bad music. Don't listen to death metal. Don't listen to sad piano music. Don't listen to depressing symphonies. No, stay away from that. I like to listen to Beyonce. I like to listen to Dave Matthews Band. And sometimes I'll listen to techno trance music. So do what you have to. Pull out the happy music in your library, and just drown out, and just tap to the beats, and just get in your room and zone out. Music really does help a lot. Now, if you really want to double up the effect of music, then you should, either go out and run, go outside, take a walk, listen to music, and do something physical at the same time. So what I do is I like to skate once in a while, and so I just go out on my board, and I just kind of tap along, and I just listen to music, put on the iPod, zone out, and then just skate, and hopefully that'll pull me out of the funk. Now, if you're doing exercise, listening to music, taking your pills, and if none of that works and you still end up getting depressed, like the way it works for me is I'll get on my board, and throughout like maybe the 30 minutes I'm on my board, things feel better and I forget about stuff. But within 5 minutes of like getting off my board and going home, I'll start feeling depressed again. So if you find yourself in that type of situation, then then you may have to take extra steps on top of that. Now, if you're in a really bad situation, and if you find yourself driving in your car and start crying for no explicable reason, if you just start crying in your car, that's not a good thing. And chances are, if you're at that point, you may have some very bad feelings brewing about you. So when it gets that bad, when those things don't help, and if you still end up just feeling a really bad funk, then that's where I would make an appointment with your psychiatrist and talk about things. So, and the thing is too, is that like, you may just feel like absolute crap, and I do it pretty much all the time. Like, I feel like crap and I don't feel like doing anything to get out of it, and that's just because you have no energy. So in those situations, you just kind of have to force yourself to do it. And luckily, my friends still call me, and like they'll ask me if I want to go skate with them, or they'll ask me to go out to a show, because a lot of my friends are in bands. So they'll ask me to go out and stuff, and sometimes I just kind of force myself to do stuff. And you're gonna have to end up doing the same thing. You're gonna have to force yourself to do things. And you never know. I mean, I have nights where I'm just really emo with my friends. I'll go to my friend's place and I'll say like I remember I told my friend, I don't really know if life is worth living anymore. That's how I started off the evening, and by the end we were putting each other in headlocks and throwing shit around the floor. So that was fun. So you never know. I mean, things could start out bad. You may not be having the best of evenings for you, but if you just go out and hang out with your friends, just do that. Oh, and the thing about this too, do not drink. No drinking, no weed, and just don't do any drugs whatsoever. And I know for me it's a really challenging thing for me not to drink. I've committed to myself that I'm not going to drink anything until 2014. So not a single drop of alcohol until July of 2014. And even then I want to extend it and see how much further I can go. Now, drinking is a natural CNS depressant, or central nervous system depressant. So it's gonna place side effects on your brain, and it's just gonna make you feel worse. So if you drink when you're depressed, that's not good, and it could possibly lead to addiction. I know if I drank alcohol, I would probably be an alcoholic. The thing about weed is weed can precipitate the onset of panic attacks. So if you're smoking a joint, you're prone to panic attacks, and that's not fun. I've never had a panic attack, but my friends who have tell me it's not good. Or I think in a couple of studies it could lead to a psychotic break. I've read a couple of studies where it does lead to psychosis. So don't smoke weed. I mean, I've been stoned before. You feel the high, you laugh a lot, you eat Jack in the Box, sit around and listen to Pink Floyd music in reverse. It's kind of fun, but over time your body's going to develop a tolerance to the weed. And by then you just need to smoke more chronic over and over to get that same high. So, and eventually I think you're going to get so acclimated to it that, it's just not going to give you the same buzz as before. So stay away from the weed. Stay away from the stimulants. Stay away from meth, cocaine, Adderall. Just stay away from all stimulants also. Because that too, that may pull you out of the depression, but it also could bring on a psychotic break. So if you're not using legit pharmacological drugs prescribed by your doctor, then stay away from all the other crap. I understand that it is almost near impossible. I mean, there are so many times when I'm in the store and I want to buy a bottle of Jack, and I just want to go on Facebook and say, fuck it, guys, I'm gonna drink Jack tonight, you know, and just like feel myself getting all like weird with alcohol, and I feel like doing that. But I know on a more cognitive side, don't do that, because all my friends, I've read the science, I've read some studies, it's not good for you. So just keep that in mind. You know, there's already a propensity in bipolar disorder to want to go with addiction. Sex addiction, gambling, alcohol, drugs, you name it. So you really don't want to put yourself in a deeper hole than you're already in. So listen to music, go out, skate, exercise, take your medicine, and if that fails, see your doctor, and they'll probably give you an increase in the medication. Alright, so as my shirt says, stay stoked, and yeah, that's about it. Peace.